practice. You need to find a room. Oh, I think this one's empty. There's no sound.
Welcome back to Kirill Smashes Acting. I'm Kirill, actor, educator, cat enthusiast. Today we're going to take part 2 of how to nail a cold read. If you haven't seen the part 1 video, there's going to be a link in the description. Check that out. Part 1 deals with how to practice for cold reads, what to do when you know you have one coming up, and how to make sure that you are best ready and able to nail that audition. This video is going to be dealing with what do we as the actor need to do from the moment we walk into the room and receive our cold read script. After walking in, checking in, you are going to be given your audition sides or script. The first and second step is to read the whole script. In theater, a lot of the cold reads are going to be monologues. In film, they're usually short scenes. So either way, you have plenty of time to read the script, and then, after you've read the script, read the script again. It is almost impossible to overread the script on a cold read. Trust me, the more information you have, the less you have to think, and the less likely you are going to get stuck in the room in a bad way. You've read the piece over, you might have even read the piece again. Now it's time to decide what is the story about and what style is this piece in. When I say decide what the script is about, use what's literally happening in the script to guide you. For example, this is the scene where I get her back. This is the scene where she leaves me, so on and so forth. That gives you a direction to follow. You must also decide what the style of the piece is. Your acting might be very different in a comedy versus a drama versus a period piece versus a period piece that's a farce. Once you decide what the story is about and what the style of the story is, that'll help you shape what type of performance you give during the audition. Now it's time to search for character clues and anything else that might help your audition. Search for repeating words. Search for phrases that keep coming up. Search for characteristics, anything you think might give you a clearer idea of who this character is. Are they happy, sad, angry, crazy? What keeps coming up from them that gives you something to latch onto? Keep in mind, the director or the casting director does not expect you to be perfect. So if you come into the room and you make strong choices about the direction of the character, make strong objective choices, and make strong character choices, they're going to be so much more forgiving to you if the words aren't perfect or all of the little things that they know you have no control over. By methodically searching whatever script you have for character clues, you show the ability to create on the fly and an understanding of how to do at least basic scene analysis. None of this has to take a long time. Think strong choices based on what the script is giving you and go for them 100%. Nothing wishy-washy. The next step goes without saying. Break up the piece into beats or thoughts. You can't eat an entire chicken in one bite. You gotta cut it up into little pieces and break it down piece by piece. This will help both your brain understand the arc of the character and you as the actor rehearse it bit by bit while you're waiting for your turn to come in. By breaking up the monologue into thoughts and beats, you're going to have a much better understanding of how the story goes moment to moment. And again, you're going to be able to show the director or the casting director that even under the most difficult circumstances, you're able to perform moment to moment instead of just playing the mood of the piece. Pick a strong objective. I cannot say it enough. By having a strong and playable objective that is about the other person, you are showing the casting director or the director that you're going after something. If you're playing the piece moment to moment and you are clearly going after an objective, you are creating a strong and positive image in the minds of the casting director or the director. The next step is, of course, create the arc. Know where you're starting, know where you're going. Now, because you've done all this preliminary work, before you even walk in, you know where the character's starting, where they're ending, and how they're getting there moment to moment, and what is driving them. What is their motivation? Last but not least of our analytical steps is pick a launch. Even if you don't know anything about the story, you as the actor have the right to make up based on what the given circumstances were, and appropriate launch and motivation for your character. All of the steps we've taken so far are about building the character before you walk into the actual audition room. So this is the stuff you do in the waiting room. And just like all the other actor homework, it might seem like it's a lot, or that it might not be necessary. But the reality is that when you do your homework, it's there, and you can make decisions as the character and respond as the character in a way that you never would be able to if you didn't do the kind of analytical homework that we're asking you to do. Keep in mind that before you actually get onto your feet, make sure that all the choices you've made here are the largest choices possible. It is way easier for a casting director or a director to pull you back than it is for them to push you further, whether that be character-wise or emotion-wise or objective-wise. The more you show them, the more that they understand you're capable of. If you show them less by making smaller choices, then they have to use your imagination to assume that you're capable of what they're looking for. You've made all your choices. Now it's time to get up and start putting them into action. The reason I say get up is because I want your body to be full of as much energy as possible. Even if that just means scooch to the front of the chair and use your whole body while rehearsing. Or that means stand up, walk around, and say those lines. I know I personally can't memorize anything unless I'm moving around a little bit. When you get up and you start activating your body, find the kind of energy that the character's body is experiencing. If they're nervous, are they feeling it in their chest where they feel a lot of quick breath? Or do they feel like they're going to vomit something painful in their stomach? Figure out what the character's body and body energy are and start bringing that into your vessel. I really encourage you to play around with different objectives once you've stood up, because once you get that energy into your body, you might find there's something even better to drive your character forward. Try a few different ones and see which ones you like more. If this is a cold read with a partner, try a few different objectives to see how your partner reacts differently. That might give you an idea of what the strongest one going into the room might be. If there is no partner, make up what reactions the other person has. If this is a theatrical audition and you're doing a monologue, then it's just like any other monologue audition where you get to create what the other character is doing while you're talking. This gives you a chance to use your imaginary partner to help propel you to the most powerful choices possible. You've been reading the script, you've made your choices, you feel strongly about the words. Make sure you memorize the first line and the last line. The first line, because you've made a decision about what launches your character, so that way you don't have to look at the script. You can begin in the character's inner monologue and go right into the audition. The last line, because you want to make sure you finish strong and you leave them wanting more. The last line, combined with the inner monologue you have, will show them whether you got your objective or not, what might happen in the character's future, and most importantly, it will show the casting director or the director that your character doesn't simply end just because you ran out of lines, but that if the show were to continue, you could easily transition into whatever's happening in the character's life next. Once you've done all these steps, trust yourself as the actor that they will be there to support you. Your job is to go after your objective and react honestly moment to moment. If you do all your homework, I promise you it's going to be there. I hope you enjoyed that video. Hit the like button, subscribe, share this video with anybody you think might enjoy it or might land a job because of it. This is Cheshire. He's been in a video before, but he's back as a temporary foster. Oh no, he's still looking for his forever home. Say goodnight, Cheshire. Good night, Cheshire.